I'm with Mark and Angela from Epicor, and Epicor 9 is new on the market. Tell us about it.
Yes, it is, Mark. Epicor 9 was released in December last year,
Yep.
and it's been the culmination of a number of years of development work to move all our applications from a client-server environment to a new service-oriented architecture. And of course, I guess we'll hear a lot more about SOA in years to come because it's the brand new architecture that allows a lot more agility and flexibility for applications to be built, and also makes it easier for customers to change the software to the way they want to do business rather than changing their business processes to a much more standard environment.
That's been an Achilles heel for a lot of the software vendor market in recent years. Aged care providers saying, I've got to fit in with them, they've got to fit in with us, and that's been an issue.
Exactly, and because what will happen is that a person that's doing an implementation may decide they want to do some customizations.
Yep.
They customize the software, but the problem is that then causes a problem when they want to upgrade the system down the track.
Yep.
And it means they've got to redo a lot of the customizations. With Epicor 9, the software is actually built to adapt and change. Okay? So what that means is that the software can be changed to meet the specific needs of the organisation, and they don't need to worry about not being able to upgrade those functionality changes with the new version. It pretty much automatically comes across to the new version when we did it.
Now, this sounds like quite a big step. It's not something that's just happened in the last short period.
That's right. It's Epicor embarked on this back in 2002. That's when we first started working within this new architecture. Back then, obviously, it was very, very new. And over the last 5-6 years, we've been able to move most of the functionality within our applications to this new superset Epicor 9 product. The great thing about it too is that the industry analysts seem to think very, very highly of it, and we seem to be getting some great press in terms of the ability for Epicor 9 to be a major player in the ERP space over the next 5 to 10 years.
Sounds fantastic. So, in terms of a small provider, where do they see the advantage? How does it pan out for them? That is, it's easier to use, different sort of interface, easier to pick up, easier to train. Am I on the right track?
Yes, you certainly are. Obviously, with the new architecture, we're able to provide a new user interface, which is a lot more intuitive and easy to learn. And in fact, one of the great things about Epicor is it has embedded training courses. So what this means is that when new staff members start, they can actually hop into Epicor and learn the system with the embedded training courses within the software. And that's which obviously cuts down costs of having to send people off to do special training courses or to get consultants to come in and do days training. So we can certainly save some money there. The other great thing too is that with Epicor 9, it's fully web browser enabled, and we also give customers choice. So what that means is that they can use Internet Explorer, or if they want to use one of the other browsers, for example Safari or Firefox, they're able to use those browsers to access Epicor. And so for smaller providers, we will also have what we call a SaaS version, software as a service.
Yep.
And so rather than having to have a fairly large sum up front to buy the software, we can have monthly fees, so that when someone's using the software, they just pay a monthly subscription fee to use the software. So that, I think there's a lot of advances there for some of the smaller providers.
That's a big change. So the cash flow scenario makes life a lot easier.
It does.
It becomes an operating cost.
Yeah.
Most of the thinking around acquisition of software has been a capital job. Now we're talking about a move to an OpEx.
Correct.
Do you see a problem with that in the aged care space? I mean, there's no particular funding that, from a government perspective, that is associated with increased OpEx for software, but the government want us to become more software enabled, more technology enabled. Do we need a change of thinking around that sort of thing?
I think we probably do. I think more traditionally, aged care providers have said, look, the more traditional model of actually buying software up front, hosting it yourselves in-house, getting people in to look after it. I think now that there's a move away from that to say, well, why not post the hardware, the software, and concentrate on what your business does, which is caring for people.